at first it was like the idea of trying to reenact Hamilton. That like for me that was like crazy because that is like one of the best plays that like have ever been on Broadway, and then just like putting this in front of like a group of teenagers and being like, okay, let's try this. I didn't think it would work. Throughout the weeks, people just got like way more motivated, and then we like started to put our own little twist on it. So then I actually thought that we could like do something that would be actually really cool.
Basically, everyone just thought it was going to be catastrophe. And I know also towards the end of it, people still had those thoughts in their head. Before like the remote learning, I think we already had like some sort of like structure or plan, and I feel like if we would have had like those intense like hours or days to practice, I think something would have come out. Yeah.
I, in the beginning, was like, I was really confused about, because I didn't know any of you guys, and then I was like kind of thrown into this, and I've never like, I heard about Hamilton, but I've never like interacted with it or like really like listened to the music or anything. So I was like, okay, well, this sounds interesting. But then people got more and more into it, and in the end, like there was this motivation. Like if there was a song, everybody was singing and interacting with the song. So there was like a good bond that we had in the end. And I feel like if we worked like a couple more weeks, I feel like we could really make a good play out of it.
Actually, it even affected me academically because a lot of the stuff we were learning about in music class actually ended up helping us, or helping me in US history, which was kind of funny to see that like come together.
In US history, I could flex on Frau Moischke, my knowledge that I have gathered from Hamilton, and especially the Federalist Papers. So
oh yes,
that was always.
Of course. The few things that I got really excited about, I focused on a lot. Obviously, that's not the same for everybody. It was just like that. This is something that I really enjoy doing. So I did spend a long time learning choreography, being able to adapt it so that we can teach other people choreography, so we can use it.
I mean, I would agree. I think I also put like a lot of time into just like listening to the music, but I think also just working on the play and working with like everyone in our grade. I think it was also just nice to kind of talk to other people that like I would not normally talk to, or work with other people that I would normally work with. I really like that. I also like, that I was able to do some more theater things. And yeah, so in that sense, it was like an indirect, I guess, influence on everyday life.
I feel that in the beginning, I mean, it was definitely like there weren't a lot of things, like a lot of people didn't have hope. We constantly felt like Head Talk was making us like open promises in regards to like lighting and costume and all that. But I feel like throughout the progression of the school year, when we started realizing that they weren't such open promises, that we did get the new lights set up that he had promised us, he did get the props and the costumes that he told us that he was going to get. I think more and more people started like accepting, or not accepting, but like realizing that, oh, this could actually be something, like we could actually make something out of this once they started like having proof of it.
I just think generally, because it was like a group effort, everyone kind of felt obligated to put in at least a little bit amount of work because other people were like relying on them. So I think that definitely also helped strengthen the group community.
Also, because we have to perform, I feel like they got to the point where they didn't want to embarrass themselves. So like, I feel like everyone would have worked to just not have it all be completely embarrassing.
Yeah, honestly, I think you could count the people on one hand who actually believe this is gonna work out. In the like first 10 music classes, I would say, that we had, everybody was like, well, this is not gonna work. What are we doing? This doesn't seem like how we should prepare for this. But in the end, everybody was like, oh, this could actually work out. I feel like our last music class that we had, I really felt that, because I remember we played a song and we practiced it. I think it was Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story. And then somehow Tax phone played the next song, Alexander Hamilton, and we all just heard the first few like beats
And then like everybody started joining in, and like without any microphone, without like no instrumental background, like we were just all singing that song and like laughing at the end. So I think that was just like really nice. You can really see that we all did like it, and it was like a really great moment, I think.
We just got closer, and now it's actually just like a musical group and not just a music class.
I don't know if I would say I have a favorite song, but like currently I really like The World Was Wide Enough.
My favorite song was Wait For It.
I generally do like the song Alexander Hamilton just because I feel it tells the entire play in a song.
My first favorite song is Wait For It. I love the beat and I love singing it.
So my favorite song, or one of them at least, is probably It's Quiet Uptown. Just because I think it's just a really beautiful song.
My second favorite song is Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells My Story.
In terms of favorite song to perform, or like the ones we've worked on, I would say, what song is it? The other
Man, Room Where It Happens.
No, When They Get Back to New York.
Nonstop.
Nonstop. I really liked working on Nonstop.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the Room Where It Happened.
And my favorite song was the one with King George. I really liked that one.
I like the Schuyler Sisters song too.
Ooh, Schuyler Sisters.
That is fun.
Pretty fun. I just love so many of the songs. They're all like so cleverly done. Like I also just love the lyrics. The fact that it was like two music groups, and it wasn't like, oh, if you want to do theater, sign up here. You automatically have like a totally different work ethic, because obviously in a pure theater group or in a pure choir, the people are going to be dedicated to doing theater and to singing.
Everyone kind of stepped out of their comfort zone and also really like enjoyed this like creative new work. I remember at the beginning, Riley was totally not into it. Like she had absolutely no hope that anything was going to come of this. I remember she was just sitting in the room, like her posture was just like slouched, like chewing gum, whatever, you know. And then I remember a while, like shortly before like COVID-19 happened, we were in this one class, like head talk wasn't there or anything, so we had no teacher supervision. And then we were doing like a scene to one song, like The Room Where It Happened, and then Riley started making like all the costumes out of like newspaper and stuff like that. And I just thought that was such a cool idea because she was like really into it. Like you could see like how much she like wanted it to like work, how she like created like these little things for like each and every single person. So I feel like that just shows like if you look at everyone, like Nikki for example also didn't really like it in the beginning, but then afterwards he was like even learning the piano keys to like a song. So I think if you just look at all these like single cases, like if you put them together, it matches with what I said before.
Stage fright is something that I've kind of struggled with for basically ever. I hate it. I always have hated it. But I think music kind of helped me get over it, especially when we had to sing in front of other people. It kind of helped me deal with that and get used to really like presenting in front of other people. That's definitely the moment I got out of my comfort zone the most, but it ended up being not as bad as I thought it would be.
For me, it was actually not the singing, but more like the acting. So we had that one music class where we had to reenact the song, I think it was like Aaron Burr, or whatever it was called. And I like practiced the text and I really knew it. And then I stood there in front of everyone looking at me, and I just totally forgot everything. So I did not know what to say anymore, and it was like horrible. Like I had people surrounding me that like helped me and everything. So I definitely went out of my comfort zone.
Obviously at the start, a lot of people didn't really know anything about it, and it was like a lot more complicated because less people had motivation and stuff. But I think because we were working on it for so long, a lot of people started to get attached, and they enjoyed it way more, which made it really nice to work with people because everyone kind of knew what was going on and it was getting better and better. And it's just unfortunate that obviously we can't work on it more, but I think in the end we could have had something good.